Hi, I'm Janet Zappala, and I'm going to make you a spectacular all-time comfort food. Casseroles, of course, are long-standing comfort foods. Mine is a creamy zucchini casserole, and I call it my creamy zucchini casserole because I'm using my favorite, Philadelphia cream cheese, which makes this dish so creamy, smooth, and so delicious. So we're going to start with, of course, some chopped zucchini here. I cut it up in some big chunks, and then we're also going to have about a cup of vegetable broth. And both go into this sauce pot and will cook for about 15 minutes until the zucchini is nice and soft. There goes the vegetable broth and the zucchini. And this will cook for about 15 minutes, as I say, until the zucchini gets nice and soft. And then we'll add some onions and garlic and all the other goodies. And while the zucchini is cooking, on medium heat by the way, I've lightly beaten 2 eggs, which will go into the casserole. And you're also going to use about 15 crackers of your choice. I use whole grain crackers. Now, half will go into the casserole itself, and then half will be sprinkled on top. And how you do this is very easy, of course. It goes right into the food processor. As I say, I'm using some whole grain crackers, which are terrific. They have a lot of texture. And of course, a lot of fiber, which are really good for you, and they taste really good. Brown those up. And if they don't all grind up really finely and you come out with maybe a little big piece like this, no problem. And then we're going to saute up the onions and the garlic. I have about 2 cloves of garlic here. You want it nice and finely diced, minced, just nice small pieces of garlic that are going in with the onions. And that's, again, what makes this dish so good, in addition to the cream cheese and the crackers, is garlic. Because that's good for whatever ails you, right? It's even a good mosquito repellent, so I'm told. And it can be a very good people repellent too, obviously. If you don't watch how much you're eating. So we've got about 2 cloves of garlic here. I always put a little extra in because I love garlic. And we're going to put this right into the skillet. And I'm going to let this saute now for about 5 to 7 minutes. Let that garlic infuse with the onions and really give this dish a pop. Right now it's a little al dente, which means to the tooth, so it's a little harder. I want it to cook for just a couple of more minutes so I get that nice soft texture. In the meantime, the onions and the garlic are still cooking, and everything will be ready to go in just a couple of minutes. I have to tell you, this is one of my favorite parts because the onions smell so delicious with the garlic. They're just about done. As you can see, they're nice and caramelized. Beautiful golden colors. So we'll keep those there. We can turn the heat off on that. And now we're going to drain the zucchini, which is just about ready. It's nice and soft. And you want to make sure that you get all of the water out. You don't want a soupy, liquidy casserole. You just want a nice, delicious one. And one way you'll get that is if you get a nice, dry zucchini in the pot. Again, you want to drain all of that liquid out. You can see there's a lot there. You want to get that out. Just shake the colander a few times, as I'm doing here, and you can get most of it out. It's just a matter of doing a little shake. Shake, rattle, and roll. Okay, that goes right back into the pot that you cooked the zucchini in. And you want to do the next phase of this recipe on low heat, so that when you start adding your other ingredients, especially the butter and the Philadelphia cream cheese, everything will melt nice and easily and make it that creamy zucchini casserole. Next, we're going to add about 1/4 cup of butter. You can also use butter alternative with no trans fats and less fat, but of course butter makes everything taste terrific. And my Philadelphia cream cheese, about 1/4 cup of that as well. And I want to really make sure that melts nicely and makes this casserole nice and creamy, velvety smooth. So once the cheese and the butter come together as one with the zucchini, we'll then be ready to add the rest of the ingredients. The lightly beaten egg. It's going to go right in there along with about half of the ground cracker mixture here. And then we're going to throw in, if only you had smell-o-vision, right? We're going to throw in the sauteed onions with the garlic. That's sort of the coup de grace. Uh-oh, things are flying. Pretend like you didn't see that. I'm not a bad cook, but I'm really messy. But it seems everything tastes better that way. So then, for the all-important combo here, you have to combine everything. Bring all the flavors together. Ah, if only you could smell that. My mouth is watering. The salivary glands are going. They're working overtime. And then, of course, you have to have some cracked black pepper. Again, as much as you like. Depends on your individual taste. We like to really bring out the flavors, so I'm putting a nice amount of cracked black pepper in. And, of course, some salt. This is sea salt, although you can use any kind of salt, really, but this is sea salt. Get that in there and really, again, help bring out the flavor. Not too much. You don't want to make it salty, but you definitely want it to be flavorful. And again, just mix it all up. And this is going to go in the oven for about 15 minutes until it starts bubbling. I'm going to put it in a casserole dish, about a 2-quart casserole dish, and just pour it right in. Get it all right in there. Nice. Again, it's all thoroughly combined. And you just arrange it nicely. Anything falls on the side, just clean it up. And there you have it. Just arrange it so it looks pretty in the dish. Pop it in the oven at 350 for about 15 minutes until it starts to bubble, and then it's ready to eat. It's been about 15, 20 minutes, and the casserole is done. Can you hear it? Sizzling. And the great thing I love about Philadelphia cream cheese with this recipe is it makes this casserole really velvety smooth, creamy and delicious. Look at that. Beautiful side dish. And again, this is an individual thing, but if you love freshly grated cheese, a locatelli or a Parmesan, just sprinkle a little on top, and you are ready to dig in. My creamy zucchini casserole. I'm Janet Zapala. See you next time.